And again, for most of us that follow you today, we thank you very much for bringing us here. Wiki has taken very good care of us. We have eaten a very nice lunch, been treated fine, and we have seen the kind of development that Rivers people enjoy. So we thank you, sir. Above all, we thank you for keeping your promise, because I have seen the tremendous workload and people lining up to see you. But you keep your promise. You created time, not for one day, but for 2 days. And most of us governors there are gossiping, being jealous. Daddy start with Rivers. How about Jigawa? Makinde will say, me unko. So we thank you for keeping to this promise, because that is why we stand by you, and that is why we believe in you, because we know when you say yes, it's always yes. So we thank you on behalf of the governors for honoring Wike with this visit. But we make a deal in the afternoon, and you say the next one is Jigawa. And I'll be expecting that visit soon. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to give a goodwill message, may I respectfully invite His Excellency, the Governor of Ebonyi State.
Your Excellency, dear Father, the President-elect of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our own Asuaji Bola Ahmed. Your Excellency, you're welcome to Rivers State. Your Excellency, my brother and friends, sometimes the Governor of Rivers State hears some Wike, and Your Excellency, the wife of the Governor of Rivers State, my Lord, Susan Yesom Wike. Your Excellency, the Speaker of the Federal House of Representatives, Femi Gwajabi Amila. Let me plead to stand on protocol that is in place. It's quite very difficult to do justice to the protocol here. Your Excellency, dear President-elect, let me join the good people of Rivers State to welcome you to Rivers State. And let me thank you, sir. You're a man that lives in your words. When we were here to campaign, of course you were thrilled by the support that you received from the people of Rivers State. And with that honor done to you, you promised to come back. And this is very historical that this is your first walking visit. Your Excellency, it shows us what to expect from your leadership, that you are going to be the president for all. For you, elections are over, and it's time to work. And you've started in earnest. We thank you so much. You're a bridge builder. You're the builder of men. You're the builder of cities. You're the builder of infrastructure. And today, God has made you the builder of a nation. You came at a time that the nation Nigeria needed you most. And you're here to do what you know how to do best. Let me thank you for your first assignment as President-elect. to do what you know how to do best, infrastructure. And I was watching you when the governor of Rivers State was telling you about the refund of that, I don't know whether it's the longest flyover bridge in this country. And I saw Badaru. He brought out a paper. I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm making compilation of my own demands. And Sheyi also followed suit. I said, Sheyi, are you now calculator number 2? Because we know Badaru as calculator number 1. And I was wondering how you were going to tackle that assignment. Looking at the infrastructure that Wike has put in place in the past 8 years. Your Excellency, you've shown that you came with the grace of God and the wisdom of God. Nobody would have given Wike a better answer than the one you gave to him. And immediately, the papers we had in our hands, they all fell off. They all fell off. You say these projects are for your people. And let me join you to thank Governor Wike. You know, when he invited me to come and commission some projects here, I seized the opportunity to talk to him, not to talk to Rivers people.
Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines.
All candidates in Kogi governorship election signed the peace accord ahead of Saturday polls. Mohbad's father had no choice but to hate me as I detested his idea of bringing different women to my matrimonial home. So declares wife of the late singer, Omowumi. Bauchi traditional healer in police net after shooting a man dead during a test run of bulletproof charm.
I am Gloria Atta with these and more. Welcome. All candidates in Kogi governorship election have signed the peace accord ahead of Saturday's polls. At the event, the former Archbishop of Abuja Catholic Diocese, Cardinal John Onaikan, called on all key actors to embrace peace, unity and understanding so as to have a free and fair exercise. He also called on the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to redeem its image by conducting credible polls. All candidates participating in Saturday's election, the Inspector General of Police, some deputy governorship candidates and other key representatives were in attendance.
Opportunity to exercise their franchise as citizens and to renew their social contract with the ruling elite. They have the highest stake in the elections. The next group, of course, there is the contestants who are offering themselves through their political parties for service of the people. They are to present themselves to be voted for, not impose themselves or grab power by all means. And finally, there is the government institutions. I said 3 categories: the people, the contestants, and the government. The government institutions with varying responsibilities for ensuring a free, fair, and credible election. Most important is the government of the day, with the primary responsibility to maintain good order, Even in election, the government belongs to all citizens and should not be partial or biased, for that would be gross injustice.
Kogi has an unenviable history of electoral violence. During the last governorship election in 2019, many people were abducted while others were killed. The Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Egbetokun, says the duty of the police to be neutral and ensure peaceful and credible governorship election in Bayelsa State is sacrosanct, and the police are committed to it without compromise. IGP Olukayode gave the assurance when he paid a courtesy visit to the governor, Doyediri, this Monday at Government House, Yenagoa.
With the off-cycle election just a few days away, Nigeria's Inspector General of Police paid a visit to Bayelsa State to assess the security position of the state and also to meet with stakeholders. He visited the governor at Creek Haven, assuring him and the people a level playing field.
The police and other security agencies have taken a position to be neutral in this election. Our job is to provide security for the election. The police has responsibility to protect the rights of all citizens, including the right to free democratic expression in election of public officials. This duty is sacrosanct, and we are committed to discharging these duties without fear or favor. Our officers have been trained before we are deploying them for election.
The governor expressed hope that the police chiefs will help restore the confidence of the people and add to the security architecture of the state.
We are very, very ready to work with you very closely as a government and even provide support where you ask for to ensure that we do not lose anyone's life and we do not have anybody maimed because of elections. The more we have the police, the more we have the military, it will actually underscore the fact that our voters, rather than having apathy, will actually turn out thinking that they are safe in the presence of the military and the police.
This is the maiden visit of the IGP since his appointment as the country's 22nd Inspector General of Police, and he promised never to compromise on his mandate of protecting lives and property of Nigerians.
Away from the elections, the Senate has called on tertiary institutions, TED Fund, as well as ethics, privileges and public petitions to look into curtailing the practice of undisclosed admissions and other unwholesome practices by JAMB and universities, particularly the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Clearview's Eunice Ella Eze reports that the motion, which was sponsored by Senator Nweboyin Onyeka, representing Ebonyi North Senatorial District, noted that JAMB later expanded to include regulating admissions into higher or tertiary educational institutions in Nigeria, prompting the change of nomenclature of the entrance examination from UME to the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination to include entrance into Nigerian universities, polytechnics, monotechnics, and colleges of education. The senator also expressed worries that the provisional admission practice is being used as a malicious tool to exploit and frustrate intelligent young Nigerians who are children and wards of ordinary people seeking admission into Nigerian universities.
JAMB has its own reputation, so the discussing and particularizing it could tend to give the international community that something is questionable about the certificates from University of Nigeria, which we all respect. It has given birth to so many universities, including the one I went to, which was the University of Calabar. So I think the Latin phraseology applies here, which is Audi autem patem. Let the other side be heard. If it is the view of the Senate that we refer the entirety of this petition or this motion, particularly the contents of the prayers, to two committees. One committee on tertiary education and the second one committee on public petition, jointly to do a thorough investigation, revert to this Senate in 2 weeks, so that we can do a holistic job.
The Senate, at its Tuesday plenary, has called on the federal government to urgently ensure enforcement of federal character principle, curb loop-sidedness, and emerging infractions in the recruitment and deployment of officers by the Federal Civil Service Commission. Clearview's Eunice Ella Eze was there and now tells us more.
The motion, which was sponsored by Senator Zam Titus Tatiege, representing Benue Northwest, noted that the Federal Civil Service Commission was established with the responsibility of recruitment and deployment of officers with requisite qualifications into the Federal Civil Service. Concerned that it is counterproductive to favor certain groups and not consistent with the Commission's vision seem to have recently crept into the Commission as allegations of illegal recruitment or employment into the service is being reported.
The problem of illegal employment into the Federal Civil Service. Speaking on this issue with journalists in July, ahead of 2023 Civil Service Week, the head of Service of the Federation, Dr. Fola Chade Yemi Esan, announced that the federal government has discovered about 1,618 civil servants with fake employment letters. Further disturbed that whereas introduction of IPPIS was meant to curtail and ultimately eliminate illegalities in the civil service in terms of human resource and payroll management. Human factor in its application seems to be jeopardizing this noble objective of government. Regret also that employees of government are capitalizing on insider abuse to undermine the efficiency of the IPPIS and to perpetrate unwholesome activities, resulting in cases of salary pardons, post names in the government payrolls, among others.
The Senate regrets that this debilitating syndrome has permeated the ministries, departments, and agencies, that virtually no ministries seem to be insulated from this ugly trend. Also, that employees of government are capitalizing on insider abuse to undermine the efficiency of the IPPIS and to perpetrate unwholesome activities, resulting in cases of salary pardon, ghost names in government payrolls, amongst others.
We made it alive. This was the chorus of Nigerian journalist Nteng Ekpang after security release from the clutches of kidnappers in Kogi State. Nteng, who was traveling from Cross River State 8 days ago, was inside a Akwa Ibom transport bus when the daredevil struck. He was released alongside other passengers, including an intending couple billed to marry last Saturday. Observers are, however, still puzzled why the driver of the vehicle was not kidnapped but left untouched.
8 grueling, 8 tormenting, 8 very, very heart-wrenching, 8 and I like the words to say, but the point is I survived the kidnappers then. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Today is Wednesday, so I got to Ajokuta at about 2 a.m. Right now I'm free, yeah. So for all those who said prayers for us, God bless you, thank you. It was horrendous. Those guys are daredevils. I remember them spanking me on my back. I remember them pointing a gun at me and stuff like that. But you know what? We made it alive.
Mrs. Omowumi Aloba, wife of deceased singer Ilerioluwa Aloba, also known as Mohbad, on Tuesday told a coroner's court that Mohbad's father was fond of bringing different women to her matrimonial home on several occasions and that her own mother caught him on one of the occasions. Omowumi said Mohbad, who was always away from home, got to know about it and told his father not to bring women to his place again. She said Mohbad's father resented her and became hostile towards her because he thought she was driving a wedge between him and his son. Omawumi also revealed that her relationship with her father-in-law went awry shortly after she gave birth to her son, Liam. She told the coroner, Magistrate Adedayo Shotobi, that Mohbad's father became angry with her because the late singer decided not to hold Liam's naming ceremony in Ikorodu. Omawumi said Mohbad's father accused her of being behind the late singer's decision to go against his wish to hold the ceremony in the town. Omawumi also said her husband was humiliated, harassed and bullied many times by his friends and members of Malian Records, his record label, before his death. She testified during the coroner's inquest into the death of her husband. The singer died on September 12 at the age of 27 and was buried the following day. His death had generated controversies, prompting the Lagos state government to order a coroner's inquest into his death. The inquest, which began on October 13, is taking place at the Ikorodu Magistrates Court. A man has been shot dead in Nigeria's northeastern Bauchi state, while a so-called bulletproof charm or gun medicine was being tested on him by a traditional ruler. Police spokesman Ahmed Wakil said the healer, who allegedly fired the shot with a locally made gun, has been arrested along with 2 other suspects, while other suspects are on the run. The test on the efficacy of the gun medicine occurred on 43-year-old villager Muhammadu Ali. Police rushed to the scene as soon as they heard of the shooting and took Ali to the hospital, but he was pronounced dead on arrival. The suspects will be charged to court after investigations are concluded. Charms believed to have magic powers are commonly used in Nigeria, where many people consult traditional healers over a wide variety of issues, but there have been several reports of people being killed after testing so-called bulletproof charms and medicines. Meanwhile, a secondary school teacher in Ogun State, Lateef Olaniran, has been arrested for allegedly raping a young lady. Olaniran, a native of Ikpokia local government area of Ogun State, is a mathematics teacher of Ebenezer Grammar School, Iberekado, Abeokuta. The State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Adijat Olaleye, disclosed this Wednesday. According to her, Olaniran was arrested on Saturday when a member of her team got a call from a young lady reporting that she had been raped by a man. The commissioner said the ministry swung into action and located the victim, whom she said went to a laboratory for different tests before she was later led to the police station to make a report. Adeleye stated that when they got into the compound of the suspect, they heard a girl's cry for help. And with the support of the police, they were able to arrest Mr. Olaniran Lateef Adewale. The commissioner added that the girl was crying in the teacher's room during his arrest. Also accused him of forcibly having sexual intercourse with her and threatening to kill her if she does not ask her family to send him money. If you are just joining us, you're watching the news on Clearview News Desk. When we come back, we'll bring you stories on women and children. Stay with us.
The news continues now with stories from our area of specialization, women and children. After the main transmission of our news, we rebroadcast on our YouTube page, Clearview TV. Do you operate a women or children's NGO? Are you at the helm of affairs of a government establishment or a corporate organization involved in the affairs of women and children? Then